Прям уж не надо меня снимать.
Good morning, this is Luc Jones. Welcome to another edition of The Other Way. Here we are at Kursky Vokzal, that's the railway station in the eastern side of Moscow, for another little trip out of town. I recently heard a statistic that 80% of foreigners who visit Russia only ever come to Moscow or St. Petersburg, which is a real shame. Come on, this is a big country, guys. Let's get out and see a little bit more of it. So today we're catching a train out to the town of Vladimir, which incidentally has nothing to do whatsoever with Mr. Putin. He's only 67 years old. Vladimir's around about 1,000 years old. There's plenty to see here. It's UNESCO listed. So let's jump on a train and head out east. Now, Russian train stations are not known for being particularly user-friendly places. You have to show your passport just to buy a ticket to the next town. But let's see how we get on. Здравствуйте. Можно нам, пожалуйста, сегодня Владимир в 9:33?
9:33 уже места все проданы. Могу предложить вам ближайший поезд, на который есть места в 11 часов.
Не, тот, который в 9:33.
В 9:33 уже места проданы.
Let's go to Tula instead. Okay. Ладно, тогда в Тулу.
3 билета будет стоить 2728.
Давайте карты, пожалуйста. Slight change of plan here, guys. They didn't have any tickets left for Vladimir, so we're going to Tula instead. Heading south as opposed to east, but should be fun. I haven't been to Tula since 2003, so I'm guessing it's changed a little bit, but let's go and find out. Back in the old days, there used to be an expression in Russian about, or even a question, about tea or coffee. Tea. Wrong guess, it's coffee today, because you literally ordered what they had. Now, this is a city transformed. Just come and check out what's on offer. Здравствуйте. Кофе есть у вас? Конечно. Прекрасно. Вау. Такой выбор. Можно мне американо, пожалуйста, без ничего? 100 рублей. Всего лишь 100 рублей. 100 rubles. Bargain. И можно картой оплатить? Конечно. Спасибо. Pay my card. One americano coming up. Right, through the tunnel, platform 8. It's the train going all the way to Belgorod. We're stopping off in Tula on the way. Here we are at Kursky railway station, about to jump on the train to Belgorod, which is down on the border with Ukraine. But don't worry, we're not going that far today, just as far as Tula, which is 3 hours south of Moscow. So, here's the train. See you soon. Our train's just arrived. Going all the way to Belgorod, we're jumping off in Tula. Given the distance, the size of the country, a lot of the trains don't just have seats, they have actual beds. Belgorod's 8 hours away, so you might want to sleep, little afternoon nap. Trains usually have 2 classes in Russia, something known as a coupe, which has a bed and you can close the door to your carriage of 4 people. We're roughing it today. We're in something known as Platskart, or dormitory class, where there are beds but no doors. So today, I'm not traveling alone. I've got a partner in crime. My colleague today is Sarah, who's all the way from the US and has lived in Russia nearly as long as I have. So she's going to be keeping us entertained, and on board we go. Got to show your passport to get on the train. They're strict here, they do things properly, but we're all legit. Здравствуйте. Пожалуйста. Мы до Тулы.
У вас 19 место.
Прекрасно, 19 место, спасибо. Okay, so here we are on board the train. This is dormitory class, known in Russian as Platskart. As you can see, we have mattresses, beds, pillows, sheets, you name it. Everything you need for a nice comfortable night's sleep, or maybe a little nap during the day. So guys, here we are on board the train. Take your seats, make yourself comfortable. It's a 3-hour ride down to Tula. Might even have a little nap on the way. So see you when we get there. So here we are in Tula. We made it in one piece. 3 hours later, out of the dormitory class, let's go and check out the town. Right, we've made it here to Tula railway station. Now, Tula is famous for a number of things. One of them is for being the hometown of Leo Tolstoy, who wrote War and Peace, Anna Karenina, amongst others. And he lived not far away from here, and back in 1879, he met the other famous writer, Turgenev. And of course, if we look just over here, there's some other famous dude from Russia, what's his name? Lenin, that's the guy. He was here as well. Why would that surprise you? Now, Russian railway stations are not exactly known for being wheelchair friendly. Just check out this beast here. Imagine going down here in a wheelchair or up and then trying to link up to the next bit. Good luck with that. At least it's a free ride. Tula is one of the 13 hero cities of the Soviet Union that were awarded this status at the end of the Second World War for their heroics in beating the Nazis. Nearly every Russian train station will have a great example of some trains that have been kept over from those times. The running joke is, just in case another war breaks out, they're here to defend it. Check out this beast. Right, here we are at the Tula Kremlin. Now, most people, when they think of the word Kremlin, they think there's only one unique Kremlin slap bang in the middle of Moscow. Well, in fact, there are dozens of Kremlins all over Western Russia, and some of them are in ruins. This is actually one of the better preserved ones. Now, I last came to Tula, in fact, my only visit to Tula was in 2003, where we were most certainly the only foreign tourists in town that day, if not that year. Yet to see how things have progressed, just look behind me at this sign. Not only is there a sign, but it's in Russian and Chinese. That's progress for you guys. Here we are inside the Tula Kremlin. This place is completely different from how I last remember it 17 years ago. There certainly wasn't a restaurant here. Now, if you're first time in Russia and you're wondering what on earth is a pektopar behind me, that's the most important word you need to learn. It's actually a restaurant, but written in Cyrillic. So just remember, pektopar, pronounce it restaurant. Right, here we are inside the Tula Kremlin. Kremlins are essentially like castles as we know them in Western Europe. Now, not surprisingly, there were churches inside. And of course, with the Russian Orthodox Church, these guys went into overdrive when it came to beauty. And you don't have to be a God botherer or a Bible basher to appreciate these. Look at that. Now, if that's not impressive, I don't know what is. Tula is famous for two things, samovars and gingerbread. We'll come on to the gingerbread in a minute because they're around the corner. Let's start with the samovar. What's a samovar? In English, I think it's samovar. Literally means in Russian self-boil, samvar. And essentially, it's a large kettle that keeps hot water boiling for a long time, obviously used to make tea or anything else you fancy. They've been around for generations, if not centuries in Russia, and Tula claims to be the place where they were founded. Check out the different sizes. Got to send a postcard home. The Tula Kremlin. So everybody knows we've been here. Мне больше нравятся те, которые именно вот уже где Тула написано, что отправить домой родителям. So after samovars, the other famous thing that Tula is famous for here is gingerbread. Now there's actually a museum dedicated to gingerbread here, but I don't think we'll bother going in, we'll just buy one to eat. They're actually pretty tasty things. Check them out. No matter where you are in the world, you're never very far away from an Irish pub, and even the provincial town of Tula is no exception. This is the Harrods chain. You've probably never heard of it, but it's actually the world's largest chain of Irish pubs. The majority of them are in Russia, but if you go on their website, they're in Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, even there's one in the USA. So we're gonna go and check this one out here in Tula. Join us for a drink. We've got a pretty wide selection of beers here, so it's an agonizing decision which one's going to be first. Sarah, what are you having?
Are you asking me which beer I want?
What beer would you like?
I want to drink.
Is there a difference?
Have cider.
You're going to have a cider. You're having a Magnus?
Irish, да.
Ей Magnus, пожалуйста. Знаете, давайте мне тоже Magnus для начала. You can see I was brought up in the west of England, cider country. Okay, Magnus is Irish, but let's not get technical. Let's kick off with a Magnus. Now guys, remember when you come to Russia, the one thing you don't say is na zdrowie. But in the Irish pub, you're better off saying sláinte. Cheers.
Don't tell me you're going to pound that entire thing.
That's better, need that. One of the reasons you come to a pub is to actually talk to people, maybe the barman, maybe to each other, but not sit on your phone, okay? Now, one of the things I like about this pub is if they catch you spending too long on your phone, they smash it. What a great idea. I think more pubs should take up that. Right, now obviously we need to buy some supplies for the train back. If you look over here, there is something KBAC, is pronounced kvass, and it's a rather bizarre drink. It's fermented bread that's actually very mildly alcoholic, a bit like shandy. I wouldn't bother really. It's a local delicacy, but let's go for something a little bit more interesting and go into the shop. Now it's called a produkty, which literally translates as products. Now, I've always wondered sort of like, couldn't they come up with something a bit more original than calling their shop products? Having said that, at least you know what they sell. Let's go on in. Oh, this means they have beer on draft on sale. Apparently they've got draft beer on sale, so let's find out if they really do or not. Worst case, we can always rely on the fridge. Здравствуйте. Разливное пиво есть у вас, да? Прекрасно. Давайте жигулевское, пожалуйста.
А что вы снимаете? Не пойму?
А мы для себя снимаем.
Не, ну для себя, пожалуйста, на улице, но не здесь.
Хорошо.
Ребята, выходите с камеры.
Почему нельзя снимать?
Да потому что не надо меня снимать. Вы что, издеваетесь, что ли, правда?
У вас есть пряники? Нету, закончились? Ладно, окей, надо придумывать что-нибудь. Свежие все? Да? Просто нам говорили, в советское время они были жесткие, а сейчас они уже свежие, да? Мягкие, окей. Нам нравится, когда все мягкое. С любовью из Тулы. With Tula from love. 1 копейка. Вот давайте, можно нам одну такую, где 1 копейка? О, сердечко. Look at that beautiful heart. Вот можно нам одну такую, пожалуйста? Ну, нет, сердечко. О, давайте... давайте именно как раз сердечко. Вот такое. Последнее? Свежие, да? О, ладно. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful heart. Need to find one more. It's Mum's birthday soon, so got to be original. Ладно, давайте вот эту, где 3 матрешки. If you weren't aware, matryoshka is the Russian wooden dolls. Okay, but here they've even managed to make a gingerbread with 3 wooden dolls. My mum's gonna love it. Сколько? 700. Карточкой можно расплачиваться? Прекрасно. This lady even takes credit cards. Look at that. Now that's got to be good. We're all gingerbread up, all set for the journey back. Получилось. Спасибо вам большое. Хорошего вечера. Okay, all sorted. Train station, here we come. Do you know what, guys? This really is our train. I thought it was going to go straight through onto Moscow without stopping. But here we are. We're on. Right guys, well here we are back on the train. This is what we call a coupe. So it's similar to Platzkart, i.e. there's beds, but we have a door, so a modicum of comfort and privacy. Anyway, it's been an eventful day. There we were in the morning thinking we were going to Vladimir and Suzdal. No tickets, so we had to change direction. And rather than east, we headed south. But we had a great day out in Tula. We visited the Kremlin, saw what they had to offer with the gingerbread, with the samovars, had a lovely lunch, few beers. We got thrown out of the grocery store for wanting to buy beer, or actually for filming. But put Tula on your agenda for future reference. Cheers.